right, hello and welcome to the Broadcasting on a Budget panel. We wanted to thank you guys for taking some time out of your Twitchcon schedules to stop by and say hello to us. Today we're going to be talking about some misconceptions that happen with streamers in the beginning when they first start off, by hearing about, cost, expectations to other streamers they see, and different things like that. And we're also going to be talking about our experiences in the streaming career, that, if you're a new caster coming into it or if you're a current one, this is for you. By all means, we're not the most perfect streamers of all time because no one's going to be perfect. About this career, you're always learning and growing as you go along, which is always good. So we'd love to hear from you guys a little bit later on in the panel, so make sure you have those question and answers ready for us. And so a gift to two great people in this panel right now. We'll be giving away a POG capture card. So make sure you stay here till the end. Someone will be winning it today. So let's get this started. Let's introduce the panel today. We got lolRenaynay over here.
Hello, can you hear me okay? Hi. Do I need to get really close to the microphone? Is this okay? This is fine. Hi, I'm Renee. I've been broadcasting for 3.5, 4 years. I started as a YouTuber, and then I transitioned into Twitch full-time because I enjoyed the Twitch format just a lot more than YouTube. When I first started with when I tried streaming for the first time, I had a MacBook Pro, and it did not work at all. I tried to play Modern Warfare 2, and it didn't stream well at all. So streaming was a really, really difficult thing for me to try and get into, just because I didn't make a lot of money. I worked a really, really, really crappy part-time job that did not pay a lot of money. I think I made about $300 a month. And I lived at home, but I was able to scrounge up enough money in savings. I sold like all of my things just to build myself a PC so I can stream, and that was the very first PC I ever built, and it lasted me for a good 2.5 years until I finally upgraded to like an actual grown-up computer. But broadcasting has been an awesome experience, and I get a lot of questions in my chat. A lot of questions on Twitter from people asking, what setup do I need? How do I get started? So hopefully, if you guys have any questions, I hope we can answer them for you guys. But I'll let you guys do your intros.
wshand.
Hi, I'm wshand. I'm a full-time broadcaster. Thank you. I never thought I'd get applause for that. Yes, I play video games for a living. Thank you very much. I've been streaming for about 3 years. I also started on a MacBook.
Crap.
Yeah, really, really amazing start to my streaming career. So I think I've got a really good perspective on what it takes and how cheaply you can begin streaming. Really, the bare necessities that you need to start. So hopefully I can convince you guys not to spend thousands of dollars right away.
Please stop spending thousands of dollars on equipment.
Yes.
Good Lord.
You're making our streams look bad, that's why.
You're making us all look like jerks.
And then next we have Ravenheart 007.
How you guys doing today? The sad thing is, it's going to be 3 in a row of people that are talking about how they started on a laptop. I started on an HP laptop, and I'm talking about like Intel HD integrated graphics.
Did it have a little nub in the center?
Yes.
Oh man.
That's always
That's how you know it's old school.
Like for a while, I didn't even have a mouse, so I was playing with a touchpad. Like literally, I was playing Amnesia: The Dark Descent with the touchpad on my laptop for my very first stream.
Is that like a special achievement?
I have no idea.
You should get an award or a hug.
Yeah, it's like speed running. Yes, it was terrible, but it's. I want to talk a little bit today when I get my segment to talk about a little bit how you can go from starting off with almost nothing to working up to really something in no time flat. If you really build some knowledge for yourself, you need to invest in knowledge. Is what I want to talk about today. So I hope you guys learned something today. So thank you for joining us.
Oh, I forgot myself. I was like, and I'm UGRGaming. So just a little bit about myself. I started about 3 years ago a gaming website called UGRGaming.com in a time period when I just got out of college. I didn't have like a job, so it was pretty sucky for me. So this website was a great outlet for me to write and learn more about video games and different things like that. And at the time, I had a Twitch account, but I didn't really stream from it. And about maybe a year and a half ago, someone on the team decided he wanted to start streaming on the UGR account. Got a little bit of viewers on there, but decided he wanted to go do his own thing. So I said, okay, that's fine. But we have people on this channel and no one is streaming, so we need somebody to do it. And I had no idea, so I decided, okay, I'll do it. It's, I made this baby, I might as well just stream on it. And so I decided to become a streamer and had no clue what I was doing. And so this was kind of the origins of how this panel came about. But the first question I asked myself was, is this for me? This is a major factor for a lot of people who start streaming, It's not for everyone, and you have to think about these questions. Are you comfortable with being in front of a camera? Do you want to use a camera? Are you able to interact and play games at the same time? Are you going to be able to deal with the trolls who come in and say things to you or possibly your stream? It's a lot of things that come into factors that might change your perspective if you put that, in your head. But I had a previous YouTube experience, so it was kind of an easier transition for me to kind of go into Twitch and all that good stuff. But one great thing right now that I didn't have for people if they want to get comfortable with streaming is, console streaming. You can stream on Xbox or PlayStation, and I have a lot of friends who, they started on that to get themselves comfortable, and they have built communities on there, and they're partners on Twitch and have done great things on there. So it is possible. And now, like, capture cards even have the ability to do streaming on there, which I didn't have, so which is good. The second question I asked myself was, how much would this cost, which is a big one. A lot of big mistakes, as everybody said here, is that a lot of new streamers see their favorite streamer with all this cool stuff, and they go out and buy all this stuff all at once. And then they realize, oh, crap, I don't have any viewers. Why did I do this? So that's why we're trying to prevent people from doing that, because I've seen it before, and it's not pretty. So one of the things I did make sure is kind of look at your inventory, so to speak, and see what you have possibly that could be, used for streaming. And also, slowly upgrade as you go if you start getting into it and liking it. One of the biggest misconceptions that I had running into this is that I asked people, how do you stream? I don't have a PC. What do I do? And people were saying, oh, you can't stream on a laptop. And I said, that's all I have. What do I do? Well, you can't do it. Don't try it. Okay, well, I guess I don't stream. But one day I was just like, you know what? Let me just take this capture card I had. I had one from like a review I did, and I put it in my laptop and it worked. It wasn't the best quality of all time, but it was definitely like it was there. But I slowly started to upgrade after I started streaming and, got better quality after that. So that was a good thing. The third question I asked myself was, how do I make my quality better? And, I saw all my favorite streamers doing all sorts of things, like with green screens and overlays. And, I didn't have money at the time to buy, like, an overlay, a green screen. And so what I did, good tip, I went to Walgreens, took $5, bought 4 lime green posters, posted them on my wall, and no one knew the difference. No one knew the difference.
Smart.
So, and no one don't tell anybody you did that, but you can use that, that's fine. But another thing that was great was that if you are looking for overlays and stuff like that, I used a website called Fiverr.com, which is spelled Fiverr.com. I had to check that before I said that. And basically what they do is that you can search different gigs on there, and if you want Twitch panels or you want an overlay, you pay $5 and someone will make it for you. You can use that. And that's what I used a lot in the beginning. And I kind of use it sometimes now because I'm not a graphics designer at all, and I don't know how to do that. And you guys are amazing at what you do. I can't do that. I can piece stuff together, but that's it. And the final question I asked myself was, how can I grow my channel? And, Twitch is really big on, your personality and your entertainment. And you have to make sure you're showing your personality on and off screen, or stream, so to speak. And, a great connecting tool is Twitter, which is what I used a lot to connect with viewers or different streamers or stalk people like all 3 people here. I've done that a lot. They don't know, but I've done that. But when I did my Chicago Twitch meetup about a few months ago, that's how I connected with everybody, through Twitter. So if you don't have a Twitter, go and do that now. Do it. So
Twitter is not the devil.
Okay? Yeah, it's not. Don't listen to what they say. But we're gonna move on to the next person. Raven.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm kind of gonna be spitballing a little bit. I don't have any professional notes or anything. So I'm just gonna go off of what I've learned in my time. I mean, I started streaming it's been almost 2.5 years now, a little over 2.5 years. And like I said, I started on a little HP laptop because I first started watching YouTube, and that led to Twitch. It was pretty much right when Justin TV was phasing out and then going into Twitch. And I realized this looks easy. I want to do it too. Just that's what everyone thought. I have a computer. It connects to the internet. Literally, I didn't have the cable that goes into the internet port. I was streaming off my Wi-Fi. So it was basically the bare minimum. And I followed the little OBS tutorial, which I will say right now, if you guys want to stream on a budget and you want to just cut out a little bit of money of your budget every month, OBS is a free service out there. It's pretty much the same thing as XSplit. I would say that right now, and it's great. So I swear by OBS. Anyway, so I followed the tutorial for OBS, set it up. I only got about 25 frames per second, which I didn't know anything at the time. So I started up my stream, and I would get a few from once in a while from other streams I'd watch, but I realized I wasn't going anywhere with the quality I had. I was streaming at 576p, 25 frames per second on my HP laptop.
576p?
Yeah.
Is that what?
Or whatever you call it, 576. Yeah. That's what my resolution was. That's what my frames per second was. And I realized that this is nothing if I want to actually make something out of this, because I realized I was in love with streaming. I couldn't get enough of it. I would get a little bit of viewers here and there from my terrible quality, but I learned, knowledge is power. You may think you need the best quality, you need the 980 Ti's, you need the best Intel CPUs. It's not really that true. You don't need what the best streamers out there have. What you need is knowledge. You need to think about what you need in terms of HD quality. Because I'll be blunt honest. Most streamers out there only stream about 720p, 30 frames per second. That's pretty much average on Twitch, and that's pretty much professional quality. That's what you need. And so if you need to learn a little bit. Just go on and do a little bit of research yourself and find out what you need before you really invest too much money. It took me a while to save up, probably a few months, but I ended up getting an iBuy Power computer, which I researched every little part on there, and I've been using the same computer for about a year and a half, and I could probably still go for another few more years using the same graphics card, same CPU, just because I put time into learning about what I needed instead of seeing what everybody else had or just what's the best of the best. And that's not the most important thing. It's about knowledge. Well, what you can learn about the equipment that you need. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's the same thing with graphic design and video editing. The fact that you can teach yourself a lot of those things. I still use a free browser-based version of Photoshop. To do everything.
I use Pixlr is what I use.
I actually majored in graphic design, so I have a little I have a bit of experience. So when you're talking about GIMP and stuff, I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, in a way you kind of have to be your own graphic designer. You have to learn how to do these things on your own. You got to be a jack of all trades if you really want to. There's all sorts of great people out there that would do art for you, but to learn about it yourself is also great. So that way you can cut out the middleman a little bit.
Well, I'll be honest, you can be even simpler than that. Often if I need a 4x3 overlay, say if I was playing Banjo-Kazooie, I would look up Banjo-Kazooie wallpaper in Google and then just put it behind the game. That's it. Yeah. Not even bother with Photoshop whatsoever.
Yeah, that's always a good one.
It's, you can just be simple and no one will notice. Only you'll know.
Yeah,
that's a secret.
That is a secret.
It's great. There's so many resources out there for you, the Reddit, the Twitch Reddit, and Twitter, like UGR says.
Yeah.
And sometimes to be successful on Twitch, to get the viewers you're looking for, networking is also very important. I'll be honest, when hooking up with Shannon about our dual cast, have probably been some of the best things ever for my cast. I'm not trying to be selfish or anything like that, but
taking my viewers, man. Taking my viewers.
But networking is great in terms of getting your channel out there. You can drop someone a host every once in a while. It's Twitch provides you these ways to get your name out there and get your channel out there.
But do you want to know something that's so crazy? The reason I know these two now is because I was watching their cast, and that's how I met them, which is so crazy to be sitting here hey guys, I was watching a little cast before. See? Networking.
It's very important.
It's very important.
As far as resources go, the Twitter, the Reddit for Twitch is an awesome resource. They have a ton of OBS like tutorials on how to do things, how to do different plugins, how to utilize those plugins, how to there's like a whole world, a whole different world. I had no idea there was so much information on that Reddit until I went there like maybe a couple months ago. But on top of that, one of the biggest resources that I always point people to is there's a company called KBMod, Keyboard, Mouse, or Die. They're a PC-based community, and they exist on Twitch. They also exist. They've just been a website for a long time, and I have a couple of buddies. But they do these build guides every month, where they'll show you different tiered computers. So they have their beginner tier, which is a pretty low-budget computer, but they're all spec'd out to be able to play any game, and they're spec'd out to stream, they're spec'd out to edit on YouTube, and they have different tiers. So they have the beginner tier, they have an intermediate one, they have I guess a more professional one. Then they have like their crazy, like going all out balls to the walls PC unit. So every month they come out with these different build guides, and that was a huge resource to me when I was first building a computer. I would say also, number one, build your own computer. Do not buy a pre-made computer. You will cut out a lot of money just learning how to build your own computer. It is not as scary as you think. Yes, when you put the CPU thing in your motherboard, there's supposed to be a crack sound. You didn't break anything. Don't worry. But using those build guides, knowing enough about the part that I was purchasing, I think that's probably the biggest problem that a lot of people have is they'll buy all this crazy expensive stuff and they don't have any idea how to use it. They buy these crazy computers. They don't know the first thing about troubleshooting a computer. What if your hard drive dies? What if your graphics card does something? What if you blue screen? You need to know how to fix those problems, especially if you're going to be a streamer, because you are going to run in those issues every single day. If you are at all familiar with my casts, you are aware of how often this happens to me. I will boot up my stream and I'm like, oh, my audio's broken. Oh, for some reason my capture card stopped working. It happens constantly. So if you are going to look into streaming as a career or even just a hobby, but you want to take it seriously, you really need to make sure that you know what you're doing. You need to know these basic things. At the very least, know how to Google. Google is your best friend, because anytime something happens, I just say my graphics card is doing this. How to fix, and more than likely the issue will show up. What I've also found is that if the issue doesn't show up anywhere, if there is no forum saying that they can't find your issue, you're probably just really dumb and you forgot to turn on something. It's probably a really, really basic thing.
Have you unplugged it and plugged it back in?
Yeah. That's happened to me many, many times. But yeah, KBMod, those build guides, it's super, super helpful. But that is probably my number one tip to people is to build your own computer. Because when you do build your own computer, you are also researching these parts and you are learning. You know exactly what is in your computer. You know every component that is in there. You know if you bought an off-brand something or other, or if you got a cheaper graphics card, then you know if something is broken, then it's most likely the cheaper thing that you bought. But that's probably the key thing that a lot of people miss out on. They always buy these pre-made rigs because they don't know how to build a computer, and that is already setting yourself up for failure, because when that thing breaks, because it will, because it's a computer and they suck, they always break. You won't know what to do with it. So that is probably it's crucial.
And I think there really needs to be an emphasis on the fact that it is a hobby. It takes time, and you're slowly acquiring and building more things. It's not like any of us have our streams now and we say, okay, my stream's perfect, I never have to work on anything again outside of the stream.
That would be the best day ever.
Right? I wish, yeah. No more making overlays, no more fiddling with computer parts. It's something that you're constantly tinkering and working on. And when you come to Twitch TV, you're often seeing people that have been tinkering and working on their streams for maybe 3 years, 4 years, 5 years to get to where they're at now. It's not like they suddenly woke up one morning and had all this knowledge and had all these perfect things figured out. So it really it takes a long time. It takes a long, long time. It takes patience to network, to get to know people. It takes patience to know how to commentate and talk to people. And it's more than just equipment. It really, it's like Raven said, it's really knowledge.
Yeah.
and it just
You have to research a lot. I would also say regarding the green screen thing, if you're starting out, don't use a green screen. It's completely unnecessary. I think a lot of people, it's very weird because when I started broadcasting, there's this streamer, I call it the streamer meta, because there's like the new hotness, what you have to have when you're a streamer. So right now, the hotness right now is you have to have a green screen, you have to have the C920 webcam, and you've got to have you have to have a dual PC. You have to have a dual PC. You have to have this crazy mixer, and that's what everyone thinks you need to have when you start broadcasting. You have the dual PCs, you need to have the mixer, you need the green screen, you need the nice webcam, you need the crazy lights. No, you don't need any of that crap. Okay, maybe the C920. The C920 is legitimately a super great webcam.
It's great.
And it's like usually on sale, so it's good. Yeah. But a green screen, you don't need that. You can make a cheap one if you want to.
Yeah.
As far as dual PCs, you don't need one. I only recently switched to a dual PC, and all it has given me is a headache. Honestly, it is like totally not worth the effort. It's great now that I have it set up, but do not fall into the dual PC trap. It is expensive and it is frustrating. And just as far as your audio goes, they make a lot of great just USB microphones. The blue microphones are great. I had an M Audio Producer USB, which is like a $100 microphone that I used for 3 years. It was a great little microphone. It worked perfectly.
I think it's Man vs. Game had like a $10 headset.
Yeah,
for the longest time,
he used a little headset. I think people just get wrapped up in they need to like. You don't need to like look like there's no looking the part. You don't need to have like the giant gaudy microphone with the big pop filter and stuff like that. I mean, when you're a streamer, you're just broadcasting to play video games. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. And I think that's what a lot of new people feel, like new streamers. They feel like they need to prove themselves. They need to say, look at all this stuff, I'm a professional. But that's not how it goes. It is way more based on you enjoying yourself. Because if you just want to go in and be like, look, I'm a professional streamer, I got all this stuff, but you don't know what to do with it, you're just going to get discouraged, and then you're not going to want to stream, and then that's it for that.
Well, the fact is, most people out here today already have the equipment they need. If you're a gamer and you've got a microphone, if you've got a gaming PC, you can start up. Like we said, we started on laptops. My laptop could only run SNES games. It could only run a SNES emulator when I streamed. But it was worthwhile. I wanted to just jump into it and start doing it. And I think a lot of times people have the fear that if they don't have this equipment, people, I don't know, they don't want to stream. I see it all the time. I want to start streaming, but I'm saving up for a brand new PC. I'm saving up for a green screen or the lights or a microphone. And I think the number one advice to a new streamer that wants to start on a budget is just do it. Just download XSplit, download OBS.
Deal with your crappy quality, because we all had crappy quality.
Learn as you go.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
Learn.
Learn as you
Move
go.
on up, yeah.
Yeah,
If you just start from the bottom and then just move your way up, it is way easier. It is way easier that way. If you go in just halfway through with all this crazy equipment, maybe if you're like a tech genius or you have just crazy good luck and nothing bad ever happens to you, then you'll be good. But eventually, I just see all the time. I see people like buy this stuff and they're like, "Oh my God, I have no idea how to use this," and then they like reach out to me because I have that set up, and I'm like, well, I know how to use mine. I don't know about yours.
Yeah.
It's just all very, very individual.
And luckily, as you figure things out, there's usually not going to be more than a few people watching when you first start out. I remember when I first started, I remember watching for that viewer count just to go up to one even, see someone pop in. So, luckily you've got time to kind of figure things out before, there's like thousands of people, unless you get rated by 4chan.
Oh, yeah.
That's a whole different problem.
Yeah.
In a way, you're the best piece of equipment. Not your computer, not your capture cards, not your consoles, not your whatever. You are your best piece of equipment. You are the person streaming, no matter what you have. Like all of your quality comes from you. I mean, and I also want to talk about things like how your community can be involved with saving up for new equipment and things like that. You want to make a donation goal, things like that. If you have even if you only have like 15, 20 people that come watch you at any time, you could still slowly build up like a little bit of money here and there. Like if you ask for help, a lot of people are willing to help on Twitch. There are very like a lot of very generous people out there that are willing to support you if they love you.
Very, very generous.
So
people.
true.
And also like new games. Like you want all those new hype games. You want to jump on the hype train. If you want to broadcast on a budget, like obviously that's not always the best thing. A little bit of knowledge to research what games are coming out in the set year or months to know, to pick and choose which ones you want to play, things like that. Like you could save a little bit of money there. You know, there's tons of affiliate links out there where you can save money. You know, like you could watch your favorite broadcaster. They have a little green man link underneath there. You click on that thing. You know, you could save a little bit of money on your favorite game and stream it that day. You know, like little resources like that go a long way to save a little bit of money.
Yeah, I think often some of the best games to start with are the older games when you're a beginning streamer. Not jumping on the hype train of those big games.
Yeah.
Save the money, play an older game. There's a lot of strong communities for those older games that love to see new people playing them, and it's often a far better way to. I mean, I started off playing Resident Evil.
Yeah,
That's where I got
We
my
still
music.
play, like that's all we play is like PS1 games, you know? And when we play a new game, why are you playing this game?
I started off playing Call of Duty.
Nice.
Well,
I still love it. Don't you dare. Call of Duty is. It was a great game.
yeah, there seems I saw you playing that new game Undertale the other day, and
Yeah, it was good.
I looked it up, and it was only like $9.
It was a
for the game.
kickstarted. It was a kickstarted game.
Yeah.
It's incredibly weird.
And even though it looks very low budget or whatever, I saw you play it. It's an incredible game.
It is a very long game too.
Yeah.
No, but that's also one of those weird little indie games that has a crazy, crazy cult following. There's a lot of those tiny, cheap little games that just have this very, very loyal fan base. So yeah, if obviously playing like the hot new games is not in your budget when you're starting out. I still don't really play brand new games when they come out because I don't like to get on the hype train. I'm like a little hipster. I'm like, oh, everyone is streaming that. I'm not going to stream that. I like wait a couple of months, and then a couple months later I'll stream it when it's like cheaper or when people stop playing it and forget about it.
Maybe one day we can educate you guys and we can kill the hype train once and for all. You know.
No, I think the hype train is always going to be there. I think if you're broadcasting on a budget thing, if you are trying to save money, you can't fall into the hype train. You can't fall into the hype at all. You have to avoid it at all costs and do your best to realize that there is nothing good on the hype train.
I'll be honest. I mean, it's something I'm still learning myself. I've definitely spent $70 on a game recently, and maybe streamed it once and realized it wasn't for me. And it's a costly decision.
That's a chunk of change.
Yeah.
That is, like, especially if there's like multiple releases that you want to try to get on in 1 month, you could spend upwards of $150, $160 on just like 2 or 3 new games and realize that maybe only 1 out of 3 were right for your stream. So taking a little bit of knowledge and learning about what games are coming out in the few months or a year to come and picking the ones you want to, and saving up for that specific time. You know, that's better than just jumping on every single new game. That's like the worst ever. Like you'll see your bank account or PayPal account just gone.
Well, that's why you always have to make sure, like, when you're streaming, I know myself, like, I'm a big Resident Evil streamer, and I'm known for playing it horribly because I'm a fan of the game, and I die every time. But play games that you love, you know. You want to make sure that people will know if you're not enjoying it. And I was playing, I know you don't want to hear this, but I was playing Soma the other day, and I was clearly not enjoying it, and like your chat knows when you're not enjoying a game, and I said I can't do it. They're like, we know, just don't do it. So that's why it's always important to play games that you like. You know, I have a lot of friends out there who play like, you know, the old school games like we do and stuff like that, even like Chrono Trigger and things like that, and they have a big fan base of people who come back, oh, I love this game. You know, I used to play this back in the day. So you don't have to get on the hype train. I do that sometimes, and I like that. But, you know, always play the games that you love, and don't be afraid if you think that someone might not like it because, you know, you don't have like 100 viewers in there. There'll probably be somebody who'll be searching on Twitch, and they'll see, oh, that's one of my favorite games of all time. Let me go see what that is. And that's how they find your channel. That's how it starts happening. For me, at least.
Another great thing about streaming older games with lower resolution is that you don't have to set your presets on your OBS or your XSplit as high as you would for for a 1080p 60 frames per second game. You could dial it down, save if you don't have the fastest internet in the world, you could dial it down and still play those old games and still get pretty much the same exact quality as someone with the dual PC setup and the big mixer and the big boom mic and everything like that. It will look the same because I mean it's an older game. You lower down the resolution and it'll
Just
still
be prepared
look
for
great.
tons of backseaters with those games.
Oh, that's so true.
A lot of experts out there.
I'm
sure there's some out
I
here
saw
too.
your tweet the other day about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I had a pretty rough time in Undertale. I don't want to talk about it, man. It was not a good time. Do we want to start taking questions? Or?
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah. If you guys want to come up to the mic and ask us questions, feel free to come up, and we'll start that up.
I also wanted to see how many out there have streamed before.
Yes.
Can you raise your hand?
Whoa.
Nice. Holy
that's
moly.
amazing.
There's a lot of you in here.
There's a
I
lot of
like
streamers.
that. I like that. And
That
one of
is
you guys are
awesome.
winning prizes today.
And we still have the
Well,
capture
two of
card
you.
away.
Two. Yeah, I was doing that after that.
All right, so you guys were saying that a couple of you started out streaming on MacBook Pros, and that's what I have. But I am less than satisfied with the options for OBS. Is there any other streaming software that works for a Mac that it would be cheaper for me to maybe pay for that than to buy a whole new computer?
Oh, boy.
Well, originally, I used to use Boot Camp on my Mac and boot into Windows, and that's how I
yeah.
streamed.
Yeah.
So I could use XSplit. I found it to be a bit faster. I've never actually streamed using OS X before, so that might be a far better option for you than finagling with whatever software developers bother to release with OS X, which often is not that much to use.
True. Thank you.
Thank you.
I never actually successfully got a stream working on my MacBook. I never actually successfully did a good stream on that.
Yeah.
It was always like 10 frames per second, and like it never worked. And then I sold that thing.
I think I have a big problem. My friend is a streamer, like he's already partnered. He's like, hey, build your own computer. I may have spent $3,000 by accident.
Wait, hold on. You got to speak up just a
Yeah,
little
a
bit.
little more.
Okay, you want me to start over?
Yeah.
You might need to tilt
Yeah,
that
both,
microphone up.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
My friend is a partnered streamer, and he's like, hey, build your own computer, start streaming. I'm like, okay. Didn't think it would cost $3,000.
What did you put in that thing?
A 980, the AverMedia HD internal,
The Live
capture
Gamer
card?
HD? Yeah.
4790. I made that mistake.
Yeah, that would probably put you. What was it? 980 Ti? I don't know. I still don't know how you get to
Do you have a
$3,000.
1440K
I got this-
monitor?
Like-
or-
I got two monitors.
Yeah.
The BenQs, like the $200 ones,
Why-
and then I got a Sabertooth motherboard.
Okay.
So you were saying that you start like off lower, like you should not stream the big games like Destiny or you stream Call of Duty.
Yeah.
How did you get your stream found? Like
I played on an Xbox 360. Like initially, I have a little bit of a different story just because I came from YouTube. Like I was a YouTuber first, and I was a fairly successful YouTuber when I transitioned to Twitch. So it's a little bit easier for me because I did have the viewership from my YouTube channel transitioning to my Twitch channel. But when I came to Twitch, I did play Call of Duty, but I didn't stay playing Call of Duty because Call of Duty does not have a great viewership on Twitch. At least for me, because I'm not an amazing Call of Duty player. I'm
They're a
not
little
like.
trolly, too. Huh? They're a little trolly, those Call of
Yeah,
Duty
and they're
boys.
super trolly, and the community is garbage. So. Saying it right now.
They're all
That being
10-year-olds,
said, I'll
right?
still be playing Black Ops 3. I started playing I played on a console, and that was the easiest. That was the only option I had because I didn't have a gaming PC to play on. All I had was my 360, so I used that with a capture card. It was a bit rough at first, but that's, like I said, like that's probably the best option for a lot of people is starting off on a console. But you have a $3,000 gaming PC, so you're fine now.
Yeah.
You're
So
fine
you got
for
good
like
stuff now.
you're
You're
fine
good.
for like 10 years.
No rag rats.
Probably.
And getting found, that's one of the hardest things on Twitch TV, and
Yeah.
the real truth of it is it's just patience. Like, that's the real true test of a streamer, is keeping at it day after day, week after week, and kind of waiting for the right opportunities for people to find you and like your channel and just slowly working at it. And it really just takes a lot of patience to get anywhere.
Your $3,000 PC setup won't take you all the way to where you want to go. You know, you gotta do the work too. You know, you gotta be worth more than that $3,000 PC
Yeah.
setup.
Your entertainment is always good.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was a good question.
like that.
That was a good question.
Hey guys, thanks for all the tips so far. So I just started streaming, and I live in a really noisy downtown neighborhood, and I get a lot of background noise on my mic. I was just wondering, do you have any tips for like a noise canceling mic or a cheap way to block sound from outside?
Do you use a webcam when you stream?
Yes,
And do you use OBS or or XSplit?
OBS.
OBS.
Yeah.
Well, OBS has a little program built in for the noise cancellation.
The noise gate.
And,
Yeah,
the
the
noise
noise
gate. And
Yeah.
it's a little funky, But if you can dial it in, like to where you can get it, and maybe if you position your mic a little bit closer to you, or if you have a headset mic, I think something like that, you know, like if you want to set your mic a little bit closer to you, and you can set that noise gate a little bit more sensitive, you can work on that. And there's also other programs you can.
Yeah, and I'm not an audio expert, but there are microphones that are much more directional and focused than, say, like a microphone like this, where I can be anywhere and it's still going to pick me up. So you could have one that might just be pointed right at you, and that way it'll cut out all that side noise, hopefully.
Okay, cool.
You can also, I'm assuming, do you like stream, like, you live in an apartment and you have like
yeah, I live in an apartment.
so you like stream from your bedroom or in like
Yeah.
a big open area?
From a big open area.
What I did is I recently moved into an apartment and I have my stream set up in my dining room because I live in a tiny little apartment. I don't have it in my bedroom. It's in my dining room, and I had a lot of problems with echoing and noises too because I live in an apartment, so there's children screaming constantly for some reason. So what I did is I just basically covered every section of my wall with stuff. I have this giant bookshelf that I got from IKEA, which IKEA is super cheap. It's great. That I just filled with stuff, and that actually helped with the echoing a lot. Put down some rugs for echoing if there's any of that. For noises, like anything that you can put on the wall that's like thick. You can also buy foam really cheaply and just stack it, like just stuff it on your wall, and that'll help a lot with background noise, as well as getting a directional microphone. Absolutely, they can be pricey. Like if you really want a good microphone, like I use an AT2035. That's a directional microphone. AT2020 is also, I think, a directional microphone. I've never used it before. But yeah, I would firstly, if you're going like the cheapest option, obviously is like get some rugs, just put stuff on your walls, try and block out that noise as much as possible. Then use the noise gate, and then if worse comes to worse, get a directional microphone.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, so I also just recently started streaming, and I am Xbox One only because it's free. I have an Xbox One. You do it through the Twitch app. Bingo. But my channel, it grew rapidly, so now I want to provide my audience with more. Do you guys have like a cheap solution for like something I could add to my channel that could improve it? Because like all I do is Xbox One, headset that came with the Xbox One. It's pretty good quality, but I want to do more, but I don't have a whole lot of money. So what should I do next?
Do you mean like chat interaction or like try to, or?
Chat interaction, I guess. Like, I mean, I have my laptop up while I watch my stream because the app is awful and it hates me a lot, so it crashes. And so, I mean, I chat. I have a MooBot, which is, but whatever, it's something, you know. But I don't know. I was looking into a capture card because I want to bring my 360 and my PS2 and my N64 into the mix. So would that, like, I don't know. Do you think that's a good next step to move on from broadcasting from Xbox One to...
Yeah, I mean, a capture card is a great option.
Yeah.
It's a great step forward right there. One thing about capture cards that a lot of people don't know, there's two different types of capture cards. You can get an internal capture card that actually goes into your computer. Obviously, since you're a console-like streamer, you don't really have like a full computer to put something into. You would use an external capture card, which plugs in via USB. If you get a USB 2.0 capture card, which is what a lot of popular capture cards used to have, you're going to have delay, and you're going to have to set that delay to offset it, like from your microphone to the game. Okay. New capture cards that are coming out now are USB 3.0, and those will have no delay. So as long as you get any external capture card that's with USB 3.0, then you'll be great. You'll be good.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, one thing I was gonna say to you, about like the bot thing you can use that I'm sure a lot of streamers know about is UnkBot, which is great. Especially if you're like a console streamer or whatever, you can use that, and it's like you could gain points, loyalty points. So when you decide to switch over, you can still use that point system, and people will feel like they're like transferring over also. So it has a lot of different functionalities. Like you can do voice commands and stuff like that, and all kinds of stuff. So I've checked that out for you. I have that, and people know about that.
That's what it is, UnkBot?
Yeah, is it ANKH bot? Yeah, definitely that.
Thank
Definitely
you,
that.
guys.
Easy to set up.
Yeah, free. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey guys, my question is more along the lines of streaming duration. Like everyone's gear starts off at different places, but when you guys started, were you doing it once a day for an hour, 8 hours every Saturday, and did you grow over time to like stream 5 hours a day, or like what was that progression?
Well, that's a great question.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I mean, let's start with you, John. How long was your average cast when you first started?
When I first started, I had a part-time job, so I would literally stream from when I got off of work until like I had to go to bed the next day. So I would stream for maybe 2 or 3 hours. Now I stream probably maybe 5 or 6. But I wouldn't try to stream as when you can. Don't try to stream as long as possible and then neglecting everything else. I think a good time, I guess, average is maybe 2 hours, I think, because it gets people who maybe just got home from work or whatever, get to see your stream and give them enough time to kind of get in there. But I think an average of 2, if you can do it, is good.
When I first started, 2 or 3 hours was a lot for me.
Yeah.
Because you don't have that experience. I'm right now. I was sweating when I first started, but now that I first started talking, I feel fine. But if I had to go another 3-4 hours up here, I'd be dying. I'll tell you that right now. So when I first started, when you're not used to something, 2 or 3 hours is just fine. That is perfect. But once you get really used to it, going for 5, 6 hours, maybe longer. I think Shand and I are known for doing some real marathons.
They do them really long, super long.
I can barely make it through 24 hours as well.
The longest I've ever streamed was 25 and a half hours, so I don't recommend
Don't
that.
do it. He does it all the time.
Don't ever do that.
But 2 to 3 hours is great for a starter, and once you get more comfortable, 5 or 6 is perfect.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys rely on your audience to come back at a specific time, or just the subscriber, hey, your broadcaster is live?
They will just come whenever they want to, basically. They will,
Consistency is a very important thing on Twitch TV, to be able to start at the right time, but I'm a very inconsistent streamer myself. Sometimes I'll start my stream at 10 p.m., sometimes I won't start till 4 in the morning or something ridiculous like that. And the truth is, if people are up and they like your channel, they'll come and they'll be there.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I started trying to stream League, but my internet sort of affecting my gameplay. It's increasing my ping and stuff, and it's dorm internet.
I don't know if there's any real solution to that. I mean, that's just kind of the fact of gaming and streaming at the same time. You're going to have latency if you're streaming while you're playing a multiplayer game. You're going to have a little bit of latency. When I would play Call of Duty, when I would stream it, I always had a worse connection than everyone else because I was streaming at the same time. And I don't personally know if there's anything that can fix that aside from just getting faster internet.
Well, the basic thing you need to learn is what your upload speed is, because your upload speed is your most important thing to actually going straight to Twitch and to the server that you're streaming from. Now, your download speed is what you need to actually play the game, things like that. But your upload speed has it doesn't have to be the greatest. It does not. But you have to have at least a minimum upload speed. And I'm sure if you do a little bit of research on different ISPs in your area, hopefully you have a little bit of a choice out there. Not a lot of us do.
A lot of people are stuck with Comcast.
Pretty much stuck with Comcast.
But a little bit of research, would probably do you well. I definitely say that. So,
Yeah, call your ISP. They might be able to have a package or something that can provide a better.
And if you complain to your ISP for dropping, sometimes you don't have to pay for that day. I learned that. I learned that.
Sometimes you can say, I'm going to go to another ISP, and they'll be like,
they
wait.
I'm going to go to another Comcast.
We'll give you free internet. Thanks, Comcast.
Anyway, well, good luck on that. We hope you. I hope it works out for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
We were talking about webcams earlier, and I was wondering, since I can't really afford a webcam at the moment, do you think not having a webcam would affect viewership greatly?
It definitely affects viewership to a degree, but if you start your if you're starting out without a webcam, then it definitely, there's a lot of great broadcasters who don't use webcam. Skin Teen is one that she never uses a webcam, and she's one of my favorite broadcasters. She's awesome. I think if you don't use a webcam, you're not necessarily, you're not SOL. You are kind of hindering yourself, because that is kind of, people like to see you. They want to see who you are and what you're about.
It's more an intimate feeling.
Yeah, it is a more intimate feeling, but it's not a requirement. As long as, if you have a really great chat interaction or a really great rapport with your chat, and you just keep up, as long as you're just talkative and they know that you're still there because they can't see you. So, you just kind of have to offset it with being really, really, really chatty.
It's not a deal breaker. Not by any
It's definitely not a deal breaker, no.
I think the hardest thing to learn about streaming, and why I try to encourage people to just jump into it right away, is commentating on a game it's really a skill that you learn, to be able to play a game and talk about and have interesting things to say. And you can practice that easily without a webcam. I mean, it's exactly the same. So you can start off without one, and then maybe eventually, as you develop your skills, you can work it into your stream, and
or you'll just be that like unknown streamer, like nobody knows what you look like.
I think
Except
that's how
now we
most
know
of us
you. We
went.
know what you look
Start
like.
off without one.
So you're screwed now. Sorry, we all know. Your secret's out.
Yeah.
I see you.
All right. Thank you for answering the question.
Yeah,
Thank
you're
you.
Thank you.
So it's my senior year at Kennedy High School, and my friends were usually big into gaming and all. I recently decided to start streaming on PS4, and now I'm jumping into the PC market. Personally, I don't know how to prioritize on a high school senior budget, so I kind of need some tips on that, and how can I really get my friends involved with my streams.
Get money from your friends.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Beat them up for their lunch.
I was kidding. I mean, if your friends have a lot of money, maybe, but
Maybe.
my friends don't. But
School should definitely come first, though.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
First and foremost. Like, any of you guys out there, like, are trying to, like, if you guys are just starting out streaming, you know, you may have a really, like, a full-time job or you're a full-time student. You need to put those priorities first before streaming. You really do, because, you know, you can't give up everything for streaming, you know? That doesn't work for everyone. So you can't just put aside everything that's already going on in your life just to be a streamer, you know? It may be a glamorous lifestyle to be a streamer, but you're not gonna just be famous overnight or anything like that.
It's also terrifying, and it's a huge leap of faith that you have to make to say, like, all right, I'm going to quit my job, my 9 to 5, very secure, great job, to stream video games in front of people. Let's hope this works. That is a terrifying thing to do. So definitely stick to your schoolwork first and foremost. Streaming as a hobby is how I would say 99% of broadcasters started. It all started as a hobby, just something that we did when we got home from work to play some games. Why not stream at the same time? And then eventually we all got to points where we felt maybe we can do something with this. But I would never encourage anyone to push aside school or even their work to focus on streaming. Not until they are absolutely confident that they could support themselves through streaming.
Finish your homework first, and then you could stream.
Yeah.
There you go.
Or do your homework on stream.
Hey. Hey.
Isn't that considered like a tabletop game?
That would be awesome. I never even thought about that. That is amazing.
New thing on Twitch now.
Imagine the backseaters. That's great.
It works.
My God. You're welcome, everybody. This gave you guys a great idea. I want to find a homework streamer now. I want to watch somebody do math problems all day long.
I saw someone doing their taxes on stream.
Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
That's terrifying.
I'm going to do a tax tutorial next year. Hell yeah.
Man.
Get some real viewers anyway.
Thank you, guys.
Sorry, I hope
Good
you
luck,
answered your
man. I hope you
question.
graduate and everything. Thank you.
How you guys doing today?
Who's this guy? I know this guy.
So yeah, I've been streaming for a couple months now, and I've had mostly about 18 people at the same time in my thing, but no one ever says anything. So I was wondering if you guys ever had that at the beginning of your streaming, and what kind of techniques you use to overcome and get them more wanting to actually interact with you while you're gaming.
My technique was mainly to get all of my friends, because all of my friends were on the internet. I didn't have any real life friends. So I would just go to I would go to all of my friends, 6 of my friends, and be like, "Hey guys, I'm about to stream. Can you guys come and talk to me in my chat?"
That's what I did. Fish dollar in the tip bowl.
No, I mean they never donated money to me, but my friends, I would just ask them to come by and help and just support me and help chat with me, and that really helped. Get me not so nervous because I could see my friends in my chat and it kind of made me feel a lot better. And then also them talking to me encouraged other people to want to talk to me, and then it just created a really good chat balance. But yeah, I mean that was probably it's kind of I don't know if that's cheating. I don't really consider it as cheating. It was mainly I was really scared when I first started broadcasting, so I asked all my friends. I'm like, "Hey guys, I'm broadcasting. I'm really scared. Can you come and help me and support me?" And luckily, I had some really great friends who came by and would talk to me, and that really helped me a lot.
I think by extension, being involved in the Twitch community, making friends on Twitch TV, going into other people's channels, chatting, making yourself known. And people just by extension, from knowing your personality in someone else's chat will often be interested and want to come over and see your stream.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to succeed on Twitch, you kind of really have to eat, sleep, and breathe Twitch.
You have to bleed purple.
You have to, you have to be in people's, like Alaskan Savage's chat, or you have to be in Drew's chat and talk, and you get to know their community, and they'll get to know you, and things like that. You go to your friends, you go to any stream out there, and just try to talk, and maybe people will become your friends, and maybe they'll come watch you stream. And whether you're streaming to one person, to 0 people, or to 1,000 people, you have to portray yourself the same way, and just keep talking. Just keep talking and whatever comes, you got to be yourself.
Never stop talking, and maybe someone will eventually
say something
back.
Well,
Exactly.
the thing
Talk
about
to yourself
that too
constantly.
is that a lot of people, I have a lot of people who don't talk in my chat, but they watch it. There's a lot of lurkers out there who will, they kind of build up, your viewership, but they're there, they support you. There's been so many people who come in my chat like, oh, I watch your stream all the time, and you won't know them, but don't be afraid if they don't talk. People will just watch your stream and they won't say a word, but they just enjoy the content.
My greatest supporters are all lurkers.
Yeah,
they
come out of nowhere.
All the people I meet at these conventions, all the people that I see every single year at PAX Prime are people who I never see in the chat.
Yeah.
But I know them. I know their faces and I know their names, but I know that I'll never see them talk in the chat. They're always lurkers. So lurkers are your most they're valuable. Lurkers are awesome.
Yeah. Lurkers are amazing.
Yeah. And I know it's hard as a broadcaster to not have that something to bounce off of. So you just have to just learn to comment, just talk to yourself. But know that those lurkers of yours are loyal. They are going to stick with you forever. Those are your bros. They're with you.
Yes. Awesome.
Thank
you guys then.
The lurkers.
Hey, how you guys doing?
What's up, man?
Hi.
Raven Shan. This is Shin.
Hey.
But me and my cousin been trying to stream, and I wanted to know, is it better to stream by yourself, or is to stream with people with you?
Ooh, well, that's a good question. I mean,
I think it depends on the person.
Yeah, that's true.
For me, I kind of get into moods. Obviously, I do F Up Friday every Friday and that's with people. But sometimes I just kind of get in the mood where I just don't want to hang out with anyone. I just want to sit here. I want to play my own game, and I just want to be with my chat. I don't want to have to bounce off of anyone else. But I also really, really love playing games with friends. I love playing Rocket League and having that fun banter to go bounce off of somebody else. That's always really, really fun. So I don't think it's a win in it's not you're not going to lose either way. I mean, whatever you're comfortable with. If you want to stream with your cousin, if you guys are hilarious together, which he's your cousin, so I'm assuming you guys probably get into some.
Oh, way too much.
Yeah. then definitely stream with him, because whatever you think is going to be most entertaining and what people are going to watch, then do that.
Yeah, I think it's really important to have a rapport with someone. There's lots of people that I tried dual streaming with on Twitch TV, and I just found we're trying to talk over each other constantly.
Yeah.
We're interrupting each other. But I do a dual stream with Raven, and he's one of the rare people that I've been able to interact with and kind of find that balance between talking to chat and talking to each other. And it's something that you really have to feel out, I think, for yourself.
We were friends first before we ever started streaming together. I mean, we kind of grew up together on Twitch. I mean, he's been in it a little longer than me, but I would go to his stream, he would come to mine, we would talk to each other, and we built up a rapport before we even decided to stream together. So since you're family, you probably get along really well, it'd probably work out pretty well.
Do you guys stream together, or is it just on a game you're playing together?
We stream together because we got the dual thing on there.
Okay. Well, I know, we have two people over here, dual casters, right over there, Brains Games. They are dual casters. They stream together. Shout out to them. You should definitely check out. Yes, check out their stream. If you have good banter with someone, and you guys have good chemistry, it's a great way to build up the comedy, the entertainment factor. Especially that way. Definitely do that. I think that's good, especially with your cousin. I've seen a lot of a brother and sister stream, which was pretty funny because they react off each other. So, I think, definitely do that.
People love seeing that.
Yeah, they love seeing it.
Also, we have a teammate called Overboard Gaming. It's two guys, Dagwood and Brawley, and they work so well together. Just because they work they're best friends, and they work perfectly together. So, it's a great idea, I think. Whether you want to stream by yourself or with others, but always just make sure you have a great rapport.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're getting down to 5 minutes now, so we're going to kind of get real quick. Regulus 3.
Well, first of all, thank you so much for answering questions.
Thank you.
We all appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay, I've been streaming for a couple of months. My main question is like, when do you know when to truly upgrade your gear, your stuff? I mean, like over time, I've upgraded my gear. I went from rocking the one monitor, using the tablet, to like switching up to a dual monitor setting, using a little Skype camera, then upgrading to the Logitech. Like when do you know? Like, should I get a Yeti? Like, these are things that like I want to know. Like, should I really do it? Everything's all right now, but when do you know to upgrade?
I mean, if it's not broken, don't fix it. It's plain and simple. But if you've got the spare cash, then totally upgrade if you want to. That's kind of how I always did it. If something was fine, I never messed with it. But if I had saved up money, then yeah, I'll upgrade my webcam or I'll upgrade my microphone or something like that. But if you're perfectly happy with your setup now, then don't feel obligated to upgrade your stuff. Unless something is broken or you're not happy with your quality or you do want to upgrade something, then save
right
up
now
for
I'm
it.
rocking
But I mean,
the headset, and I'm not really feeling it anymore. I just want to switch up to like a mic, but.
well, yeah, then
Be sure you research.
Do some good research on microphones. There's tons available. There's like that Reddit. That Reddit, the Twitch Reddit is.
Oh yeah, I looked at it.
It's a gold mine.
They had a whole thing on it. It's pretty good. I like it.
I'll be honest, I'm always watching other streamers. I'm always seeing what they do, and if I see something else that someone's doing, I go, oh, I want that on my stream. That's when I know to upgrade something. That guy's got a nice sounding microphone. Okay, I want that. This guy's got a fancy overlay that I can't run on my current computer. Upgrade it, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a victim of the hype train.
Exactly.
I kind of like a lot of this. I see people using the Blue Yeti. I'm like, it's better than Snowball. Gotta get it.
Yeah, it's once again you can't just jump the gun on anything. You can't just buy what everyone else has. And if you got to research it, make sure it works with your equipment, and set a goal for yourself to save up for it. You can't just jump right into buying something that's pretty expensive. Well, especially if you like I said, this is broadcasting on a budget. After all,
the viewers hooked me up. I mean, I wouldn't even be here. I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for my viewers like fun.
Oh, that's awesome.
Awesome,
yeah. I mean, like props to my viewers. Like that. That's all. I just wanted to ask that.
That's cool. Thank you very much.
I think we have time for one more question before we do this giveaway. And Philosophy BB, it's so good to see you again. Thank you.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Love you all.
I love you.
I'm trying so hard not to feel girl right now. But UGR, you did get your sub button, so I can sub to all four of you guys.
Hey, he's wearing one of these right now.
Ooh. Anyways, my mod situation is a mess. How do I find that one or two good, dedicated moderators that come back every stream, that's there like every minute watching every line of chat?
You'll never find one.
Damn.
Honestly, I mean, in my experience, I have some pretty great mods, but they kind of come in waves.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have one good mod for like 3 months, and then they'll go back to school, or something will happen, they'll get a job, and then I have no mods again. And then I have to like get a new wave of mods. It's like a class.
Mods come and go.
Yeah, they do come and go, and that's why it's so important to have like a chatbot. Nightbot is a great chatbot. Ankbot is great too. Moobot. Those just to purge any sort of spam or whatever. But as far as like actual moderators go, I mean, you can, if you entrust a certain viewer, sometimes I'll just kind of spring it on like a viewer of mine that I see in the chat all the time. They've never been a dick and they've just been like normal people. So I'll just give a mod. I won't say anything. I'll just give a mod because I don't like to make a big deal out of it, because I don't like people being like, well, I'm a moderator for lolRenaynay. Because it doesn't. It's a moderator. Calm down. So I just kind of like give it to people, and if they do a good job, then I'll let them have it. If they don't, then I'll take it right back. Like it's. You kind of have to be very, very strict when it comes to moderating, because it's your livelihood. It's your business. So don't ever feel bad about saying you're not doing a great job. You're out.
Yeah.
You're going to get a new mod.
Yeah, it's tricky.
There's a big secret too. I just moderate every streamer that I like, and they kind of come in. Sometimes they're there to clean up things and make sure things are okay. They know what a good moderator is, so. You can't depend on other streamers necessarily, but it can help out occasionally.
Yeah. It's really important to at least set some, like, you don't have to have a strict set of rules on your channel description. Maybe just a little brief description about how you like it to run. And if people can't fall into line, like, then you need to just get rid of them. Like, honestly, your best mod, 100%, is always you.
Yeah.
True. Like, it's a part of being a skilled broadcaster, learning how to commentate, play the game, talk, but you also have to read the chat and police it when you have to,
Really quickly get to that ban button.
Yeah, you gotta you gotta rely on yourself. But I'd say the people that will moderate for you that won't be loud about it. Yeah. Anyway.
No, same.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, real quick. All right. So giveaway. There's an envelope underneath two envelopes underneath some people's seats. Check your seats. We're doing it Oprah style. Someone's getting a capture card
Well,
today.
thank you,
Who
guys.
has it?
Thank you, B. Thank you for your question.
Thank you, B.
Thank you so much, Philosophy.
Someone does. Who does?
Who has an
Who does
envelope?
it?
Who got
check
it?
all the
Under
seats
two
because the person
chairs
probably
somewhere.
left. So we might have to just check the seat if you don't see one. They probably left. I don't know where it is.
If there's some gum under there, that's not it.
It might
That's
be,
not it.
yeah, some of the people who had them probably left.
Did we actually pay?
If you find it, it's yours.
Who placed the envelope? Who placed the envelope?
I don't know where you put it.
Who placed it?
You got one?
Did we not?
There's-
Did anyone place the envelope?
You placed it. I don't know where it is though. Where'd you place it? You found it? Did anyone find it? Where are they at?
Nobody has it.
We promise we're not lying.
We're not lying. No.
It's under a chair that.
Oh, you can just tell where it is if it's nearby, so we just find it. Oh no! There goes that giveaway.
Why didn't one of us personally place it under
It's
a
taped
chair?
underneath the chair. I don't know where it is though.
Is it a blue ticket?
Did they take it and leave?
Did they put blue tape instead of an envelope?
Oh, there it is. There it is. Come here. That's yours right there. You got one. Come here. Come here.
one.
Woo! Woo! All right. Come here. Come here. I have no idea where the other one is because I didn't tape it, so I'm not sure where it is. Keep looking. There's one more. Okay, let me give you your stuff so you can get this capture card. You're gonna have to contact somebody.
We just wanted, we actually just wanted to embarrass all of you. Haha,
Let me
you
see.
fell for it.
I don't know.
Bunch of idiots looking under their chairs.
Just take it from them. Let me see. I don't know where it is. Let me see.
Wait, you found black tape?
Found one?
But there's no actual envelope. Oh. That doesn't mean anything.
Do we get it? All right, so all you gotta do is you gotta go on Twitter. You're gonna contact this person. You know what? Let me get your name because I told her I would talk. You have Twitter, right?
Nobody found another envelope? No?
No, we didn't find the other one? All right, well.
Oh, we got one right here.
Wait,
Yes.
All right.
Come on up.
we found it.
Anyway, guys, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you guys so much.
Good luck on your broadcast, guys.
Contact